So who are the people that actually contribute money for a typical crowdfunding campaign? And are they mostly in the United States or somewhere else?
It depends a bit on the nature of the transaction. There's actually incredibly successful investment crowdfunding sites in the UK. Crowdcube, most notably, which has really interesting offerings for, I think, primarily the UK, but maybe the EU. In the United States, most of the transactions can actually originate from anywhere in the world, and most people will allow for like an international shipping address to be added into a transaction on a US-based portal. So Tilt, for example, does that. You can enter an international address if the company is willing to ship to customers abroad. The customers can be from anywhere. The credit cards can be from any major processor anywhere. The only thing that's really limiting it is, I think, cultural norms around donation and risk. And so every culture has different norms around that. America happens to be a culture that, Silicon Valley in particular, happens to thrive on risk. And so we're willing to risk $60 a lot more than some cultures. So I think that's one of the reasons why crowdfunding took off so prevalently here. It's one of the reasons why we have such a philanthropic culture. I think Americans tend to donate a lot of money per capita. So as a culture, I think there's a reason why crowdfunding is thriving here so well. That said, the concept applies all over the world. There are people who come from all over the world to use US-based platforms and tap into the US market. We are a highly consumer-driven market, and so these large crowdfunding platforms attract people from China, from India, from Europe, from South America, from Africa, from all over the world, coming to use our platforms to essentially access the market and test the market here and see how it's going to work. So you can use a US-based platform, be from almost anywhere. Your customers can be from almost anywhere. It's just whether, but I think you still see the vast majority of contributions come from Americans is what we've seen.